Hello, friend. How are you?
Hi, good.
I'm Laurence.
Laurence, I'm Morgan. Nice to meet
Morgan.
you.
Okay, I'm going to remember that. Alright.
Alright, let's get started.
Yeah.
So where are you from?
Okay, so that is a tricky question in that I am from out of state Louisiana, basically, if like considering like how I got here to UNC, but I actually was born and raised in the Philippines.
No
so
way.
The first 19 years of my life I was there.
So that's absolutely where you're from.
Exactly. But I tell people Louisiana just because, you know, I like the whole, oh, you're from out of state, you know.
Yeah, but like, Philippines is out of country.
That's true.
I think that's even cooler.
But then you can like surprise them after and be like,
yeah,
okay, I'm actually from the Philippines. Like, oh my god, that's actually better.
And 19 years is a pretty solid majority of your life.
Exactly. It's crazy. It's now going to be 4 years this year.
Wow. That's awesome.
Okay, how about you? Where are you from?
I'm from out of state as well. I'm from Florida.
Out of state folks.
Yeah. So I'm from the west coast of Florida, and I grew up on the water. Okay. And I loved it. What? All right. So, what is a distinct happy childhood memory?
Oh, I should have prepared for this one. Distinct happy childhood memory. So this is not happy, but like I love it because like the whole. So I'm just gonna preface it that it's gonna be like. There's some blood in this story, and basically what happened was that when I was like 6 or 7, we had this like sofa thing, and then you can climb on it so you can like be on the grills of the window, and then I would jump to the other sofa. 90% of the time I would be successful,
nice.
And 10% I would like go on the floor. But the thing is that there's also a glass table
between them
in the center, yes. And like, you know, when you're a kid, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And
so I missed it, and I sliced it's here, my scar right here.
Oh my god.
And then I like ran to my older sisters, and they would not help me out because they were scared that mom would find out.
So they wouldn't help you?
Yes. And so when my mom found out, and I you know, told her that like my sisters were like mean people. So they had to take care of me
that's hilarious.
for like a whole week, so.
That's incredible.
I love that story.
Yeah.
So how about you? What's a distinct happy child memory?
This isn't the story, but when I was little I drowned, and so I was like legally declared dead, had to be resuscitated by my dad, like this whole fiasco type thing, whatever. Yeah. And so we never got a pool after that because I was at my aunt's house. My mom was like, we're not getting a pool, like, what did you do? And so we had like one of the like blow up pools that's like 4 feet tall, like in the backyard, and we had like the deck had like 2 stairs, and so we would jump from that like into that, and then my dad would. So this is mainly like the main memory is like always being outside in this pool, and like my dad had like would always be in the raft, and like we would play Coldplay a lot, and so we had like outdoor speakers, and so like every time I hear the song Yellow and Clocks, it just reminds me of like being with my sisters in the pool and my dad like laying on the raft, and just like that whole just scene.
Oh, I love that.
I loved it.
What's the biggest challenge you've faced? Ooh, that's hard.
This is a hard question, but I guess when I was thinking about it, I would say it wasn't like an individual challenge. It was kind of like a prolonged challenge, and it was kind of just essentially like figuring out who I was, because like growing up I always had my friend group, and like I'm still friends with them to this day, but I guess it was just I wasn't necessarily like a follower, but I just always wasn't necessarily my entire self, and so it was just kind of like realizing I don't want to do what you guys are doing, and then actually not doing it because I didn't want to, because I would always just do whatever they were doing and stuff like that, just to essentially fit in.
When did you start questioning those things?
I would say kind of senior year would be like the beginning of it, and then when I transitioned here, it was an entirely new
slate.
New slate, and then but it kind of happened again. Like I fell into the same routine, end of freshman year, and then I realized, wait, I hate what you guys do all the time. Like it wasn't me essentially. And so once I realized that, like it was just like realizing what made me happy, and then actually pursuing that, even though like my friends were like, why are you doing that? And ever since then, I've been so much happier with just like doing what I want to do and like being the person that I want to be. What about you? What's your biggest challenge?
I was like thinking of like different things, but then when you said that, I think that's also my biggest challenge, especially like migrating here to the United States. It's it's hard when you have these expectations and that's not the reality of it. Like, you know, I came here to the United States hoping that, you know, so that I can support my family and have like this whole American dream of like having a good education, good job and everything. And then you tend to forget how hard it is that you have to do that in order to achieve those things. And I thought I was gonna, you know, like find a man in like one coffee day and that's it. You're gonna get married. Like, no, girl. It's like, what, 3 years now? Still not. But outside from that, it's just the idea of like, you know, I left everything. It's me and my mom here, and I have to be comfortable in the idea that this is going to be my life in the future, and I have to make, you know, be comfortable about it. I have to make my own life here too. I don't know why. I think the United States, it's like people who are for extroverts, and I'm an introvert, which is weird because I'm like very social right now. That you're always required to like, you know, talk to people and everything. And the problem is that like, I'm okay with talking to people, but I hate small talk, or I hate, you know, like, especially right now this week, everyone's just like, oh, how was your spring break? And literally it will die down in a minute, and you're just like, okay, that's it. And I like those like deep, like human connections. And that's what I'm kind of like, you know, looking for while I'm here. And I realized, I think for like my spring break, that like you can find that with yourself too. Like it's okay to have like a dialogue with yourself. Just like reflect and everything. So I think the challenge is like, it's continuing. I think for the both of us. I don't think I'm comfortable enough in saying that like I've gotten out of it, but I think just being aware of it and being proactive about, you know, being okay with it and like accepting that you can do a lot of things is like good enough for me.
So who is the biggest role model in your life?
No, I don't like this question. It makes me cry. My biggest role model is my mom. So my mom is the reason why I'm here in the first place, because so my mom and my dad, they divorced when I was 6th grade. And my mom had to move here to the United States to work as a special education teacher so she could support our education for me and my siblings. And so that, for me, is like the ultimate sacrifice that a parent can make. Like, you know, to uproot her whole life to come to the United States. And she like struggles with English. You know, I'm privileged in the fact that I grew up in like Disney movies, had like rich friends who could speak fluent English, so I had that kind of influence. But for her, you know, she really started her whole life. She didn't have a community. She built her own community here. And that's just like crazy resilient, and I love her for that. And even now, like, you know, I'm the last one that she has to support, and so after this I'm done. And I was like, what are you gonna do? And she said this winter break, she was like, Laurence, like, we're gonna move north. And I was like, oh my god, where? Because we were in Louisiana. And she's like, we're gonna go to Arkansas. And I was like, Mom, Arkansas is not north at all. She's like, it's northern Louisiana. But anyway, you know, like, hilarious. I don't care what she does as long as she's happy with it, because this is finally her time. I've been telling her, I'm like, Mom, you can do whatever you want now. Like,
that's so exciting.
Yeah, and like, we'll be there for you because, you know, we'll be like professionals and everything, and so do whatever you want.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. So my mom is my biggest role model. So, how about you?
So, naturally, I was going to say the same thing. Mine is my mom. She is my literal best friend. Like, I love this woman to death. Like, she's amazing. She's from New Jersey, and like she's the youngest of 5, and so her family didn't have a lot growing up and whatnot. But she's just like telling me stories about like how she grew up and stuff like that, and she always made the best of it. And then when she was 18, her and her best friend drove to Florida and like started over essentially, and that's where she met my dad. And they're still together now, but there's been some rough times in their relationship and like everything, and she is just like a saint for putting up with everything in that whole sense. But also she's my biggest supporter, and so like through her supporting me, it's just like I want to be like that one day. Like, she is the reason I'm still here. She's the reason I'm the person I am today. And like she's the one that kind of was like, why are you doing these things when you don't like them? Like, this isn't who you are. She's like, I know it's not, so like, why do you just keep putting up with this? And then I was like, damn, you're so right, Mom. And so like, I talk to her probably 6 times a week, if not every single day. And so it's just like, she just always taught me, and still does, like, just to be happy, just to like think about what makes me happy, and to like not compromise with everything else, and just like her resilience through everything she's been through, and like her personal and like family life, and like she's had some like deaths in the family and stuff like that, and she's just, I've never met a more happy and like loving person, and so I love her, and so like I just want to be like even half the person that she is.
I wish our moms were here instead.
Dude,
they could have this conversation.
My mom would be in tears.
Yes. What do you want to be remembered for?
Oh Lord. I have no idea.
Like in what context?
Yeah, I guess.
Here,
I guess.
see?
You wouldn't see. Yeah, no one's remembering.
It's fine. Okay.
If I'm gonna be honest. I guess, in one sense, it's just to. What do I want to be remembered for? For being. I don't want to say for being a happy person, but just for being a happy person, and just like appreciating what I have, and still striving to be the best I can be, but also not letting things get me down, and just like, I guess just appreciating what I have and who I'm surrounded by, and just like taking the little things, and always remembering that there's good, I guess, in the world, and like whatever I do, like I want to do environmental things, and like I want to save the world, essentially.
Yes, no, claim it.
But like I just like, because I think our planet's doomed, and so like I want to do whatever I can with that, and so just the person that just always works to help others, and not even others, but just like make good. I just want to make good in the world. That's it. I want to be remembered for doing good in the world, and within myself and my community of people.
Yes.
I guess that's a nice way to put it. Yeah. What about you?
For me, it's rather than like being remembered for, what I aim in life is, I hope I can impart something to people.
Okay.
May it be, resilience to never give up, or, just like being happy and like strive for things that you want in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope I don't lose that. I mean, because people always say, Laurence, like, you're always happy, you seem so innocent. And I don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
I wish I can carry that throughout life, even when I'm like 80 years old, and I wish I can bring that to people too. So, because I think memories last only for like, at least like 2 generations or whatever.
Yeah.
Then after that, it's gone. But if I can like impart something to people so that they can practice it too, and then pass it along to people, I think that's the best we can. Just like what you want to do, like make an impact.
Just like, it doesn't have to be big,
right?
But just like, because even the smallest thing can carry on when it's strong enough to do that.
Yeah.
So I like that. All right, last question.
Ooh.
What is the most interesting thing you've learned about me?
Okay, that's hard. That's like intimidating, because like,
I know.
it's crazy because like we just finished this whole conversation.
Yeah.
I think the most interesting thing I've learned about you is like, I got to appreciate who you are, even though I didn't know you like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And there's something poetic about that, and that, you were just like a random face throughout the thousands of Carolina students I always pass through. And now you're like, we shared this moment. Why am I getting emotional?
I don't know, I'm like just big smiles. That make tears, damn.
And there's just like something beautiful with that.
Yeah.
That's like, it just makes you realize that like true happiness just like you can find that with other people too.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like this is gonna make my day, this like made my week.
Yeah.
And I just love that. And I love that like I know a piece of Morgan now.
Okay, I don't even know how to top that. Not even to top that, but how to just make it equal. But I think you make a really good point. Like, this interaction, granted without this, probably wouldn't have happened.
Yes.
Because it's the same thing. Like, we see people all the time and we just pass them.
Right.
But you never know, like, who you're going to meet, or, like, the story behind the person. Like,
right.
obviously, like I never would have known that you were from the Philippines, but you live in Louisiana. You know what I mean? And like the fact that you chose the first college that accepted you, which is crazy, like just kind of shows your character. And like that's not something that unless we actually sit down and talk about it,
right.
would ever get out. And I just think that having these conversations and like opening, like even being willing to open yourself up, like we could have been very guarded with this.
Yes,
and like
yes.
the fact that we're both like, oh my god, we're getting emotional, like tears are in our eyes, like genuine laughter, like
right.
That's just, I don't know, I just think that's interesting to kind of just see how you connect with someone else.
Yes.
And like for example, both of our role models are our moms.
Yeah.
Like that's just, I just think that's so cool. And like it's for different reasons, but like simultaneously, like there is that connection with there. So
yeah,
I just think it's interesting and also amazing.
And we started really like, you know, short and just like, you know, like still funny, but like not really like there yet.
Yeah.
And then it just like escalated for good reasons.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I think it's great. I'm happy I did this.
Me too.
I cannot wait to have this friendship.
I love you.
I love you too, and I wish you all of the best in everything.
Are you a singer?
I am.
Okay, girl.